Hey there. My name is Coach Jess, and if you're watching this video, then you have decided to do the 3-day reboot. Ooh, it's so exciting. Chances are, if you're watching this, that you are a mom. Maybe you're not. You don't have to be a mom to do it. It's totally fine. And all of us, right? We all can use a little rebooting from time to time. So today, this video is just kind of to get you started. There are written instructions throughout the entire workbook, but if you're one of those people that's just like, I don't want to read anything, I just want to watch a video, well then, hello, here is your video. So before we get super started, I just want to introduce myself. My name is Jessica Rose. I'm a fitness and nutrition coach based in LA. I know all about weight loss things because I struggled with it my entire life. I did the whole not eating, too much eating, going to the bathroom, all of that like terrible things that we kind of do to try and be that perfect version of ourselves. I'd always been overweight and then thin and back and forth and back and forth. A couple years ago, my father passed away, and he'd always been super unhealthy. So when he passed away, it kind of was like lightning bulb in my life to get my stuff together, to figure out my weight issues, to figure out my food issues. And through that process, I got myself to the gym. I figured out some food, what I need to eat, what I didn't need to eat. I lost 30 pounds myself, and I became a trainer. I'm a trainer. I'm also a nutrition coach. So I've been doing that for a couple years now. I had my son in August of 2017. He was actually born on my birthday. Talk about a birthday present for me. So after that, of course, had to deal with all the mom stuff of losing weight there and all the baby weight. And so I am here right with you. Like, I've hit those moments of just like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired. I can't, like, what am I supposed to do next? If you're in that spot, then you are in the right spot to do this reboot. So let's get started. Okay. So as you, ideally you've printed out your reboot paperwork. It's not so super long, but I think it's always good to kind of have, I'm a big, huge fan of like papery things. And journaling, which is kind of what this whole workbook is. Print it out and read through it. Like I said, we're just going to go through it together. So the first page, what you'll see is a little kind of 1 to 5 scale about how you're feeling about things now. So you've got energy, sleep, mood, stress, and bathroom stuff. So you're going to rate those from 1 to 5. 1 meaning like, sucks, terrible. And 5 being like, it's awesome, it's amazing, I love it. Don't need to fix anything there, okay? Be real honest with yourself. Now, what I did, because I actually did this myself because I think it's kind of fun, right? If I'm going to kind of give it to you guys and I want to know that it works for people. So I kind of, every now and then, like for stress, I put it between 1 and 2. So it's kind of a 1.5, okay? When I talk about bathroom stuff is, are you going to the bathroom too much? Are you going to the bathroom not enough? I think everyone has kind of a good idea of what bathroom stuff means, but it's how often are you peeing and how often are you having a bowel movement? Ideally, you're having a bowel movement 1 to 3 times a day. So if you're not having bowel movements for a couple days, then like maybe that's where you want to focus, okay? So in addition to that, we also have food. And as you'll see on your workbook, there's a bunch of questions related to food. I'm guessing if you did this reboot, a lot of it is because you're like, oh, food related. And I've got a meal plan for you. It can kind of help you get on track. But things that I want you to be thinking about are your relationship with food, right? Because I could give you a meal plan, you could follow it, you could lose weight, you could feel good, but what happens when that meal plan's over? What happens when we have our, challenges, when we do 30-day challenges? What happens when those are over? We go right back to our old eating habits. So I'm hoping with this reboot, you can kind of maybe start taking a look at what those eating habits are. So things like eating slowly, eating till full, knowing what full means, right? Because sometimes you're like, full means when I like have to unbutton my pants, right? Been there, done that, okay? Are you stressed or bored? You're just going to go through, kind of answer those questions, and then at the bottom, put where you stand with food. So 1, again, being meh, 5 being like, boom, I got this. that's the first thing you're going to do in your reboot is kind of get a kind of base level of where you're feeling about things. Now, you're going to take a look at those 6 things. So energy, sleep, mood, stress, bathroom stuff, and food. And you're going to pick one thing to focus on during this reboot. So you've got 3 days focusing on one thing, right? Because we can't fix everything. Now, it all kind of works together. So sometimes you find when you fix one thing or make changes to one thing, all the other things fall in line. We're not going to do all of that in 3 days, right? That would be, if we could do like major changes in 3 days, then none of us would have to do reboots, okay? So you're going to write your focus on the next page. So, whatever your focus is, whether it's energy, sleep, mood, stress, bathroom stuff, or food, you're going to write that. And that's going to be your focus kind of subject or topic for the next 3 days. So then we want to talk a little bit about why what that focus is. And I want you to take that focus. So if it's stress, you're going to flip it into a positive. So your focus is going to be, I want to stress less or find ways to decrease stress in my life. Okay. So I've got a couple little places for you to jot things down, but I want you to take some time. Think about why you chose this as your focus. What are the current habits that you're doing that really are kind of leading you to write that one score on there? Why is it difficult to find ways to de-stress or to deal with food or to sleep well? So you're going to just kind of take a look at all those things and you're going to write down any thoughts that you have there. And that's on your little focus piece of paper. So once you have that, and feel free to take as much time as you want to. You can pause the video. You can, you can take as much time as you want. I definitely will say take more time than less time, right? Because sometimes we find when we're jotting things down, we're like, oh, there's that too. I need to put that on there, okay? So your next thing is we're going to create a goal for your focus. # goal digger. What? Okay, so the goal being like, I am going to find ways to manage my stress so that I feel like I have enough time. So this is kind of a mantra, a statement for what your focus and your goal is. So I want you to think about how you want to feel, right? Like, I want to feel like a badass because I slept really well last night because I took the steps I needed to take to sleep well. So that's your goal. Think of it as like your daily little mantra. You're going to read it and it's going to boom. You're going to get it that's what you're working for. Okay. Your goal is what you're working for, right? We're going to write it down because a goal that's not written down is just a wish. It's true. Okay. So your next step is you're going to come up with an action plan. Okay. I want you to choose 2 steps to hitting that goal. Why only 2? Because it's 3 days. Like, you're not going to, right? We want to make these actionable steps so that you can actually do them, so that you can actually be on your track, on your way to achieving that goal. So let's say that you really want to sleep well at night. Okay, so 2 steps you would use are like, I'm going to turn off my phone at 9 o'clock at night, or I'm going to put my phone on airplane mode. I'm going to put it away. My second step will be I'm going to try and go to bed 15 minutes earlier. Now, if you need some more ideas, I know, right? Because, right, if we had the answers, we would do them. Maybe, maybe not. Sometimes I think we all have the answers and we're just don't do them, okay? If you need more suggestions, I have a bunch of stuff on my blog. It is linked in your piece of paper. So you can go there and basically check out a bunch of steps for how to sleep better, how to de-stress, how to eat better, how to find ways to help your food relationship, etc. I've got a lot of ideas there. You could just pick 2 of those steps, write those down, and those are going to be the steps that you're going to take to achieve your goal. So on your little piece of paper, you have brainstorm some steps. That's what you're going to do right now. You can pause the video or just keep going, okay? So what's next is you have those little steps. You're going to move forward onto your first little Mom Life Reboot Day 1. Okay, you can see I've filled in my thing. So Mom Life Reboot Day number 1. So in the first thing in the morning, you're going to write the date, okay? Then you're going to write your focus. So if you need to refer back to one of those first pages, you'll have your focus. So de-stressing, sleeping better, whatever it is. Then you're going to write your goal, and you're going to write that goal every single morning. Why are you going to write it every morning? because if you don't write it every morning, you're not going to remember what you're working towards. Just, it's clear as day, right? We got to keep reaffirming and retelling the universe, like, hey, I'm working towards something. This is just rechecking in with that goal every day. Under that, you have steps to nailing that goal. Those are those actionable steps that we figured out that maybe you took a look at the blog to see, oh, okay, that's a good step towards doing that. You're going to write that down. Now, at the end of your day, real quick. So as you'll see, there's a little check and a little X, a little cross mark, right? So you're going to say, yes, I did it, or no, I didn't. And that's okay if it didn't happen. We're human. We're moms. We're human beings on this planet. Life, like, again, if you had all this nailed, you wouldn't have downloaded the reboot, okay? So you're going to either say yes or no, that did happen or didn't happen. And then you're going to write down what worked so well, like what are the steps that worked so well and why that worked. And you're also going to, if it didn't happen, you're going to write, how can I step up my game? You're going to take a look, you know what, I decided that I wanted to go to bed 15 minutes earlier. That didn't happen because my kid decided to stay up 15 minutes later and I couldn't get him down to nap, or I couldn't get him down to sleep because he was all amped up. Just we're calling some attention and awareness to that, okay? I think it's really key that we get really aware about our habits so that we can then kind of make tweaks. You also have your day one affirmation at the bottom. You're going to read that to yourself and just basically kick it into high gear, right? Okay, so then you've got day 2 is the same and day 3 is the same. So you're going to go through that every single day. You're going to go through your date, your focus, your goals, the steps to nailing that goal, why those work so well, and maybe areas where you can improve. Now, when you get to day 3, you can go me, I did it. Or actually, I should say when you get to day 4, so after day 3 is done, you're going to get to day 4. I want you to check back in with that initial rating for things. So if day 1, when we first did that kind of entry survey, if sleep was a 1, and now after 3 days of like maybe putting some better habits into place, maybe that sleep is a 2. And it's fine, right? If it's small, like I said, we're not going to do major changes overnight. But if we can start working towards things being a little bit better, a little bit more serving of your purpose, then successful reboot, okay? So, last thing on your last page, you'll see that there's a little final exit survey. So it's going to be, again, you're going to check back in with how energy is, how sleep is, how mood, stress, bathroom stuff, and food are going. So what you might find is that because your sleep improved, your energy improved, right? Or because your sleep improved, your mood improved. Maybe your sleep improved, your food improved. So I want you just to start kind of finding the correlations between the things, because it's really, right, it's all connected into one thing, one human being, and every step that we can take in one direction will bring us closer to the other. So at the end, I want you to really think about what I'm going to do to keep this momentum going. Momentum, get it? Momentum. Oh my goodness. I don't even know. So what you could do, and I'm not even going to lie, is you could just print out another one and just keep the reboot going. Just because it says 3 days, that doesn't mean you can't print more and extend your reboot. Other things you can do, you can work with me. I do one-on-one coaching. I work online. I work in person if you're in the Los Angeles area. You can check out www.coachjessrose.com for that. You can also just respond to the email where you downloaded the reboot paperwork. I would love to work with you. I really believe that it's taking these steps, these small steps add up to big changes, and yeah, I think it's important that you just feel the most energized and the most happy, and it's all doable. I really think everything is so doable. You just need those strategies to get there, and I am here to help you with that. So again, my name is Jess Rose. I'm CoachJessRose.com. You can also find me on Instagram at CoachJessRose. I hope you have a wonderful reboot. I hope it helps. Please let me know if it does. Please let me know if you need anything, and yeah, I'll talk to you soon. All right, bye.